All right, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We about to go all the way in. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of issues in the community. There's a lot of stories. A ton of stories going on. A lot going on. And it's hard to keep up with. Every 5 minutes is something. It's not every day. It's every 5 minutes is something. Soon as you latch on to one story, another story happens that's worse. Well, it's going to be hard for something to get worse than this. What happened in Indianapolis the other day? Yesterday. What happened on Adams Street in Indianapolis yesterday? Where Kizzy and Raymond Childs. You talk about getting married and raising the family. They got married and they raised the family and they had some kids. And someone came in their house the other day, killed everybody. 6 people dead. Came in their house and killed everybody. The daughter, the son, the mother, the father, the son's baby mother, the unborn child, everybody laid down dead. And you want to know who the suspect is? Any idea who the suspect is? It wasn't an alt-righter. It wasn't a neo-Nazi. It wasn't a Proud Boy. It wasn't a Trump supporter. It wasn't a fascist. It wasn't an oath keeper. It was none of them groups that they tell us is running around killing black people every day. Even though we never see any stories of it. It was a juvenile black teen. A black teen went in these people's house and killed everyone. The mother, the father, the 2 kids, the son's baby mother, and the unborn child. And you ain't gonna hear nothing about this on Black YouTube. I guarantee you. There were 15 people shot all total in Indianapolis yesterday. All of them were black. So including these 6 people who were murdered in this one home, there were 9 other people shot in the city.
And tonight at 11, we have an update to the tragic breaking news we've been following all day for you. We just learned the names and ages of the people killed in that mass shooting on the northeast side of Indianapolis. The coroner says the victims include 42-year-olds Kizzy and Raymond Childs, 13-year-old Rita Childs, 18-year-old Elijah Childs, and 19-year-old Kiara Harkins, and her unborn baby boy. It has been a violent day across the Circle City. We have had 15 people shot in several different neighborhoods in a span of 24 hours.
How many of y'all, when y'all think of Blackistan, y'all only think of Chicago? Better yet, how many of y'all tired of this? Chicago. This city's a stone's throw from Chicago, Indianapolis. You know Peyton Manning? Well, Peyton Manning ain't the only thing you need to think of when you think of Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a war zone. I could do a story on Indianapolis every day. That's why I've started doing more stories. That's why I asked you guys the other day, do you want me to do more stories when you do the videos, multiple stories, because there's so much going on. Okay? Indianapolis is not an all-black city. Okay? It's no reason for all these black people to be getting killed up there. And Black Lives Matter done raised $10.6 billion and they not going to say a word about this. Black Lives Matter is not going to say a word about this. LeBron James not going to say a word of this. None of the Indiana Pacers are going to take a knee tonight or bow their heads, a moment of silence. There's going to be no moment of silence at the Pacers game tonight. Let that sink in. There's going to be no moment of silence at the Pacers game tonight. If the Indianapolis Colts was still alive in the playoffs, there would be no moment of silence at the next Indianapolis Colts game. There's going to be no RIP tweet from Black Lives Matter. No black celebrity is going to say, damn, that's messed up what happened. Not one. I want y'all to think about this. Not one black celebrity is going to mention this. Not one black athlete is going to mention this. Black Lives Matter is not going to mention this. Not one black politician is going to mention this. Let a damn crackhead OD in the back of a squad car tomorrow. Everybody going to be tweeting about it. If the crackhead is black. Crackhead is white, you ain't gonna hear about it.
And we begin tonight with that deadly crime on Adams Street. Our Lauren Kostick shows us what happened and the push now for justice. Well, Jenny, tonight, family, friends, and neighbors are left grieving and trying to process this horrific mass murder. And police here tell us they haven't seen a crime scene like this in more than a decade. So tonight, the focus is on finding some answers. Dozens of IMPD and crime scene vehicles filled the streets Sunday. The area taped off for hours.
This type of violence, this senseless terror, has no place in our community.
City leaders frustrated and angry, calling this a different kind of evil.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what goes through a person's mind. I don't know what kind of lie they listen to in their head that would tell them that pulling the trigger on anybody, but especially on this many people, is the right thing to do.
And for neighbors, it's a crime that has left them speechless.
But to take a whole family out like that, please. I just don't understand.
Vicky Pink.
Now, I want you to say something. This sister, because remember when sisters, they saved the country from Trump. They saved the country, led by Stacey Abrams. Black women saved the country. They got the guy down in Georgia elected to the Senate. They got Biden elected as president. And boy, that's going great, right? And I can say this from personal experience. I've seen it so many times and it's happened to me. As a Trump supporter, just the mention of anything good about Trump or bad about a Democrat, it's F you F boy, B-A-N, you need to, that's you, this type of black person, you the problem, yada yada, cussing you out. Pookie and Ray Ray kill a whole family? Speechless. I want you to notice that going forward, guys. And it's not just sisters. Brothers do this too. They got all the smoke in the world for Trump supporters. Because, you know, Trump was responsible for all the problems in Blackistan. As we see it now. We see it now with the Harlem incident and this incident that it wasn't Trump. But then when it's come to Pookie and Ray Ray, it's, well, you know, we put the guns down. We gotta find stuff for these kids to do. They need jobs. The pandemic. Just want you to recognize that.
And for neighbors, it's a crime that has left them speechless.
But to take a whole family out like that, please. I just don't understand.
Vicky Pinkston says she recently dropped off a few things for the expected mother.
I just had gave them some stuff from my great-grandson that he was born, but he's bigger now, and I gave him because she was getting ready to have babies due next month.
Crime scene tape is still left on a tree outside Vicky's home, a reminder of this gruesome crime.
When I seen them take all them people out of there, I could not believe that. Oh my God. I just hope that they find who did this.
And that's exactly what investigators are doing. The mayor promising that justice will be served.
I want those responsible to know that the full might of local, state, and federal law enforcement are coming for them as I speak.
And we also spoke with some family members who were at the scene, and out of respect, we're going to give them some time tonight to grieve. They say it's just too hard. Jenny?
So they've arrested a juvenile in this case. What could have caused this? I'm thinking it was beef with the son. Maybe the son, the 18-year-old son had some beef. And as we know, these demons, I'm trying to tell you, the laughing at people when they're dead, the clowning, the smoking on people and packs and all this stuff when people die that the young blacks are doing now. The demonic, the demon time stuff. When people die, the celebrations that they have online. It's basically a celebration anytime a rapper dies online. They celebrate. People who didn't like him get online and make videos celebrating it. Smoking and partying to the fact that that guy died. And this is just an upping of the ante. I'm going to kill your whole family. This is an upping of the ante. I'm going to kill your whole family. And probably would have got away with it if he didn't get shot. The guy got, the shooter got shot, and they found him shot up somewhere. And that's what led them to the discovery of the shooting at the house, and then they made the connection. If he doesn't get shot, they get away with this. Because remember, no snitching. Have they found the guys in Harlem? Remember, no snitching. I don't want to see nobody go to jail. I don't mind seeing the whole family taken out, but I definitely don't want to see nobody go to jail. Oh, niggas think they so noble saying that. I don't want to see nobody go to jail. This is just crazy, man. And 6 black people dead in one house, and you're not gonna hear a peep about it. Insane. 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 The suspect's photo's not going to be released because he's a juvenile. He's 17. That may change if they charge him as an adult. But we know about these 17-year-olds. We know about these 15-year-olds. How many of y'all saw the other day when I did the video on the guy from Baltimore? The violence interrupter who was killed. And he was saying that it's little teeny kids, 8 and 9, doing robberies around Baltimore. In all the cities, everywhere. But he just said, as a violence interrupter, he said that's what he was encountering. Just killed the whole family. This person has a good theory. He says, let me guess, after reading this article, to me it sounds like the 17-year-old is probably the father of the unborn child of the 19-year-old member of the house who was killed along with her family members. That could be true. The baby daddy came and killed. Baby daddy got mad. And these guys are so emotional. Like, and the sad part is he killed the father. The Childs were married. Kizzy and Raymond Childs, they were a family, raising a black family. We talk about fatherless homes. This little 17-year-old demon, hell spawn, this 17-year-old hell spawn killed a black married couple and all their kids. Because he probably got mad about something. And people are saying this unbelievable teenager did this. Almost all the killers in the community are teenagers. Like the ones who got bodies upon bodies, they're teenagers. And it's comments like this that are just a waste of time. Don't even waste your time. This person said, this country was founded on mass murder. Be appalled by your ancestors. Because, you know, what good does that do now? Every country was founded on mass murder. Every country was founded upon mass murder. I told you about the Bantu genocide in West Africa, how my tribe, the Bantus, we started in this little old region in West Africa and killed everybody all up and down west, from west to South Africa, killed everybody and took over all their land. The Aztecs. Everybody's mad that the Aztecs got killed by the conquistadors. Well, you know what? The Aztecs has only been there for 300 years. It was another tribe that was there for thousands of years. In what we call Mexico, it was a tribe that was there for thousands of years. You know why they weren't there when the conquistadors showed up? Because the Aztecs killed all of them and took their land. You guys got to do history. Every country is based on mass murder. And look, this comment only makes sense. Everything that happened to black people under Trump's administration was Trump's fault. In fact, everything that had happened to black people before Trump got in office was his fault. Is this going to be put on Biden? 6 black people dead in one house at the hands of a little black demon hell spawn. That gotta go on Biden's docket. Say their names. 42-year-old Kezzy Childs. 42-year-old Raymond Childs. 18-year-old Elijah Childs. 13-year-old Rita Childs. 19-year-old Kiera Hawkins. And baby boy Hawkins, the unborn child of Kiera Hawkins. Say their names. Everybody was mad that Jacob Blake got shot 7 times in the back and survived after sexually assaulting a black woman and pulling a knife on a cop and trying to stab a cop with a knife and further resisting arrest. What about these 6? I know it ain't 7. I know it ain't 7 like the 7 times Jacob Blake got shot, but this is 6. 6 black people dead. Say their names. Well, the Indiana Fever of the WNBA, well, Will they do something special for these people? Woo!
This is breaking news.
Breaking right now at midday, we're following some breaking news. Police have arrested the killer and suspected killer, rather, in Sunday morning's mass shooting on Adams Street. IMPD is not releasing the name or the photo of the suspect because they are juvenile. Police found 6 people dead on Adams Street. The victims are 4 adults, a juvenile, and an unborn baby. IMPD Chief Randall Taylor had promised swift justice, he said in part, while removing the alleged perpetrator of yesterday's mass murder from our neighborhoods does not bring back the lives senselessly lost. Hopefully, it will bring us one step closer to healing as a community. We have a crew working on this story as we speak, and we'll bring you those updates as they're available. We'll also have more at 5 and 6, and of course, on WishTV.com.
And this is the type of stuff that's just annoying. Like this woman says, I wouldn't be surprised outsiders coming in to do all the killing and leave things to create it was between gangs. So she's basically trying to say what a lot of black people say. It's white people wearing like masks, black textured masks, coming in, shooting black people, and then leaving, and then making it seem like the gangs is doing it. Or police officers doing it, coming through the neighborhoods. Anybody who lives in the neighborhoods or been in the neighborhood know that that's just the most idiotic thing. These guys are killing each other. The people doing the killing are black people. It's black people doing the killing. It's black people bragging about doing the killing. It's black people that want credit on the streets for the killing, that get street cred and get a reputation on the streets for these killings. It's no mythical, it's not that deep. It's just like in the Italian neighborhoods. The mafia. Ain't nobody coming in killing those dead mafia members. It's just like in those gangs in LA, in Southern California, those Hispanic gangs. All those Hispanic, the Tanos and Serranos, it's them doing it. The only problem with black is that it's just so much. It's so much more. Like we responsible for 60% of the murders now. It's up from 50. Black people, 13% used to be responsible for 50% of the murders. Now it's 60% of the murders in this country. 13% of the population is responsible for 60% of the murders. So no, it's not some mythical, spooky conspiracy. Okay? Get in the comment section, like, subscribe, donate. Peace, I'm out.